Snow had a habit of exaggerating things, and on Christmas Eve, it made the small town of Everpine look far more magical than it really was. Rooftops sparkled, streets glowed softly, and even the single traffic light, which blinked red at no one in particular, looked festive. Inside a slightly crooked house near the edge of town, 10-year-old Oliver Reed was having a very serious argument with his Christmas tree. He poked a plastic branch and whispered that if it was going to be fake, it could at least try harder. The tree responded by dropping a needle straight into his sock, which Oliver took as a personal insult. This year had been strange. Not terrible, just heavier. His mom smiled less, laughed quieter, and stared at her coffee as if it owed her answers. Oliver noticed, because kids always notice. So when he wrote his letter to Santa, he skipped toys entirely and asked instead if Santa could help his mom worry less, adding a polite request to please not bring socks again, because last year had been emotionally confusing. Far away at the North Pole, Santa read the letter twice, sneezed, and tucked it into his coat pocket while the elves groaned about sock logistics. Santa liked these letters best, the ones that weren't really about presents. Mrs. Claus warned him those wishes were tricky, and Santa agreed, but said they were also the most important. That night, as Everpine slept, Santa's sleigh landed with a clumsy thump on the Reed family roof, followed by a clang and a whispered complaint about chimney dimensions. He slid down in a cloud of soot, muttering about safety standards, and stepped into the living room, where he admired the crooked tree like an old friend. He placed a few modest presents underneath, then set a carefully wrapped box on the table, containing something far more valuable than toys. Before he could leave, a sleepy voice asked if he was Santa. Santa froze, Oliver stared, and after several seconds of mutual shock, Santa admitted that yes, he was real, mostly, and apologized for smelling like cookies. Oliver said he thought Santa would be taller, and Santa sighed like a man who had heard that his entire life. They talked quietly in the glow of the tree. Oliver asked if Santa had read his letter, and Santa said he had, and that Oliver had done it exactly right. Oliver wondered how Santa could help someone worry less, since you couldn't really wrap that, and Santa said you'd be surprised what fit in a box. He handed Oliver a small wooden snowflake that felt warm in his hand and said it was meant to remind people that things could change. When Oliver asked how Santa actually did it, Santa leaned in and whispered that unofficially, he cheated. Oliver grinned, Santa winked, and before anyone else woke up, Santa vanished up the chimney with considerably less grace than legend suggested. Oliver's mom came downstairs, saw the envelope on the table, and stopped breathing for a moment. Inside was a job offer she had long given up hope on, with humane hours, steady pay, and a handwritten note in red ink, telling her that not giving up mattered. She cried, then laughed, then hugged Oliver so tightly he nearly dropped the wooden snowflake. That smile, the real one, was the best gift Oliver had ever seen. Over the following weeks, life didn't magically fix itself, but it improved in steady, believable ways. His mom hummed while cooking. She laughed more. Everpine felt warmer somehow, kinder. Neighbors helped each other shovel snow. The bakery somehow stopped burning gingerbread. The traffic light even got fixed. And the wooden snowflake never cracked, never faded, and always felt warm. Years passed. Oliver grew up, left Everpine, built a life, and carried that Christmas with him without really thinking about it. One December night, many years later, he sat at a desk, reading letters written in uneven handwriting, smiling at the familiar mix of hope and spelling mistakes. One letter caught his eye. A child wrote that they didn't need anything, but their dad had been sad lately, and asked if Santa could help him smile. The letter ended with a firm request to not bring socks. Oliver laughed softly, opened a drawer, and took out a small wooden snowflake, still warm after all these years. Outside, snow drifted over Everpine once again. Somewhere nearby, a sleigh waited. And that was the twist. Santa had never just been a man in a red suit at the North Pole. Santa was a role passed on quietly, from one heart to another, carried by people who noticed, who cared, who chose to deliver hope when it was needed most. And every Christmas after that, Santa kept coming, not because of magic alone, but because someone decided to be him.